This is the Mazda CX5, and here's why I think it's the least worst crossover money can buy. Now obviously, if you had an IQ that didn't start with a decimal point, you'd just buy a big Ovlov wagon. However, many people here in the UK watch TV shows like Towie and I'm a Celeb, so we're not the most intelligent, and as a result, crossovers are popular. What the CX5 is, however, is less hateful than most of its rivals, less boring than a Volkswagen Tiguan, less yoga mum than a Mercedes GLC, and less French than something like a DS7. In recent years, many manufacturers such as Audi and Hyundai have become obsessed with making their cars look like dribbling simpletons. However, Mazda have kind of avoided that. Its front end is very simple. Its grille is sensibly sized. It has lovely red paint. It's also got a nice side profile. It doesn't look like an Audi Q2 where it has sort of an enormous bit here that is unnecessary. Its shoulder line is nice, and also those 19-inch alloy wheels, like, they look like they could have been nicked off an MX-5. They're genuinely really nice. You get a Bose sound system, which is very good. You get 3 dials up here, all of which look excellent and weirdly remind me of the ones in a Porsche 911. There's plenty of buttons on the steering wheel, and also everything is just like easy to hand. It's just so nice to use. Mazdas in general are just like so well thought out, and yet everybody just ignores them. Then there's speed and power. Now fortunately, the CX5 pumps out a mega 173 stallions and many torques, all of which will rocket you from 0 to 60 in just 8.8 seconds. Now that's not particularly brilliant versus a hatchback, but for a big heavy crossover, it's not bad. And also its driving experience is better than you'd expect. It's one of the few crossovers that doesn't basically fall over every time it sees a corner. It stays relatively flat, in part due to the fact that it does have quite a firm ride, but also due to the fact that, like most Mazdas, it's intelligently designed and doesn't weigh as much as a moon. It's in no way a sports car, but like I said earlier, out of the crossovers, it's by quite a long way the least worst of its segment. Oh, it's a glorious old Ovlov over there. Look at that beauty. No, I'd probably never buy one, mainly because the Mazda 6 wagon exists, which again is like that, but just kind of far better. However, if you do insist on sitting 6 yards up in the air and are unable to park and need enormous sidewalls, the CX5 is very good.